We have been waiting for a long time for Gotham Knights. After the first gameplay trailer and the delay, I had high hopes for this game. For the second gameplay trailer, I was expecting to be blown away like Hogwarts Legacy. That's the type of energy I thought they were going to come with, but instead...
Holy God, what are you showing me? His head. Come on!
This game is not a live service, although it keeps being compared to Marvel's Avengers. The reason why it is getting compared to Marvel's Avengers is because of the gimmicky, shoehorned in RPG elements that you would see in a loot-based game like Destiny or Borderlands. Not a superhero game. There are a lot of differences in Gotham Knights, but that similarity is why it is being compared and why it is very problematic, because that style of play just doesn't fit for superhero games. If this game didn't have these characters, it would end up exactly like Babylon's Fall. I have faith in this game, little, but it's still there. And so with that faith, I'm gonna throw it out into the universe and hope that WB looks at the criticism they're receiving and addresses them. Yo, what's good? You already know I'm KenWal, and last week I gave my initial thoughts on the new gameplay trailer for Gotham Knights. Thank you guys, by the way, I appreciate that. In that video, I said that Gotham Knights runs the risk of having the same fate as Marvel's Avengers. Now, there's still some big questions we have left for this game, like how the endgame is going to work, where and how you get loot, and more. These are important things that I've seen in loot-based games that either make or break them, which means Gotham Knights may still have a chance to prove us wrong. So today I'm going to talk about how WB Montreal can beat everyone's expectation.
You know, the guy is kind of based on you. So the best way I could figure it is to just hang out, you know?
It's not gonna be easy, John. Very complicated.
I have a question for you guys and girls at WB. Did Avengers come up in any conversations at some point when you were making this game? Avengers failed because loot didn't change your appearance in a loot-based game. That is literally the point of those games. It's great to know that Gotham Knights isn't doing that. So how gaining and upgrading gear works is by completing missions and activities such as crime events where you get blueprints and crafting materials to create different suits with stats and mods. Although I don't think this type of genre fits well with superhero games, it could still be done well. Since Gotham Knights leans into a lot of RPG elements, make sure the stats are flexible so you can come up with different builds. For example, I want to be able to craft a suit that focuses on certain stats. I'm gonna play Red Hood first because he's my guy. I should be able to play around with the stats so I can be more of a tank. So that means I would put more points towards melee, health, and armor. And then I would have another suit that makes me more like a glass cannon. Right now, it looks like you can't do the stuff I just mentioned, which is very worrisome since this game is an RPG, right? And WB, you wouldn't want to make the haters right by just shoehorning this RPG stuff into the game, right? Hopefully I'm wrong. Honestly, if the Avengers was just missions like this, then I would have at least gotten a 7. I like these missions because they switch things up. Not a whole lot, but nonetheless, it wasn't punching waves upon waves of robots. From the missions we saw from Gotham Knights, it's hard to fully say anything. They were definitely edited, making the missions look very straightforward. This better not be the case come release. There has to be missions that switch up the gameplay, like maybe adding puzzles. I would love to have missions that were built on co-op design. Just please don't make the mistake of having every mission play the same. If the missions and activities aren't fun in Gotham Knights the first playthrough, then obviously no one will want to play it over and over and over again. I remember beating Destiny 1 the first time and thinking, a 2-pack of ass. I remember getting frustrated playing the same whack strikes and boring missions, but when I played the Vault of Glass, it was hands down one of the best multiplayer experience that I've ever had. Doing that raid over and over again wasn't bad because I was having fun. Gotham Knights needs to have good structured missions and activities since this is a loot-based game and we're going to be doing this over and over and over again. Everything in video games is repetitive, but the great video games know how to find a way to mask that. And that is by enjoying what you're doing in the moment. And there are many ways to do that. One way are the enemies. I don't know why in my last video, some people were accusing me of comparing this game's AI to the Arkham games, which I never did. Bad AI is bad AI. From what we've seen, this AI is garbage. Again, they look like the goons from The Dark Knight Rises. And I know people are gonna say, it was on an easy difficulty. Well, I'm definitely not playing on easy if it's gonna look like that. We need less generic enemy types. Big man, small man, medium-sized man. Make enemies that counter our movesets and make us play differently. In the gameplay, when the designer's trying to make us excited for this new enemy type, I could care less.
We don't care.
Enemies should get harder as you progress through the game. I can't speak much to the boss battle since we've only seen one, barely. This is where I will compare the Arkham games, specifically Arkham Origins. I know it's been a long time since that game, WB Montreal, but that game had a lot of boss fights that still managed to set each other apart from one another. Do exactly that for Gotham Knights. The last thing that will save this game is maintenance. Be ready to patch this game, WB Montreal, as quick as possible as soon as there's an issue, because this game could drop off faster than Babylon's Fall. Wait, hold up. I just can't get over the fact that this is real news, bruh. Do you guys find this as hilarious and both so terribly sad that these guys had one player? One player. What idiot is that? Like, what idiot is still playing this game? Seriously, don't launch with game-breaking bugs. I'm talking about the bugs like a boss not working or your loot gets wiped. It will look really bad on you guys if you launch buggy when there is no cross-gen and no cross-play. WB Montreal, I know it's been a minute. You guys missed out on an entire generation, but we are in 2022. Crossplay is the standard now when it comes to any online game. What are you doing? Gotham Knights looks fun. There is no doubt about that, but there is a lot of doubt everywhere else. We still don't really know how the gear system works and the endgame. This game isn't dead to rights yet, but it will be if they don't listen to the criticism and fix what needs fixing. But at the end of the day, the game is on the polishing phase, so we will see. I tried in this video to stick to things that possibly could get addressed in these last few months, but we will see. In conclusion, tell me how you would save this game. Thank you for watching today's video. Y'all already know I'm KenWal. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.